Okay, so now I'm creating a dry rub for my barbecue turkey. Yes, I'm attempting to barbecue the turkey. Whole too. Okay, so we have awesome, Nadia. That's great. No, you cannot. Where'd you locate your little thing at? In the living room. Oh my gosh. Where you were? Where I told you to look, daughter? Yes, go sit down and read your book. Read Aladdin. Let me hear you read. I need to hear you read. Yes. Parenthood and cooking. That's how we get down. Okay. So anyway, so this is my dry rub creation. So we have 3 teaspoons onion powder, 3 teaspoons garlic powder, 2 teaspoons paprika, 2 teaspoons New Mexico chili, ground red chili. That's going into our rub. 2 teaspoons poultry seasoning, 4 teaspoons black pepper, and then a blend of seasonings, kind of a no salt, so where you have your paprika, oregano, cumin, marjoram, rosemary, like any good blend that you really like. I prefer just the kind of Mrs. Dash version of the no salt seasoning, which is really good. So we're going to do 6 teaspoons of that. And then we're going to do 3 teaspoons of a rosemary Italian blend. So an Italian seasoning. So your store brand Italian seasoning works perfectly for that. I really enjoy the store brands of things. I find that they're just as good in quality as the name brands, as the store brands. You typically get more in a container, depending on what store you shop at. Okay. So this is my rub for my turkey. So I'm going to be pulling out my turkey out the fridge. And my turkey has been brining in a salt brine for about 18 or so hours. You can let it go longer. You at least want to let it go at least a good 12 to give the brine time to set in. So yeah, in a moment I'll be back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so, and to finish off my rub, I had almost completely forgot, which would have really upset me, is fresh herbs out of my garden. So I'm going to use lemon thyme and some basil that I have growing. So you just break that up, you know, break it off the stem, of course. You don't want the stem. Break that up, put it into like a food processor. If you have like a little bullet blender, those work really good to break it all up and mix it into your dry rub so that you incorporate it really good. You want to use something like that. Like you can chop it all up and hand do it, but I can truly say that when excuse me, I use the blender to mix up the herbs with the dry stuff, it helps for it to break up, and it just gives me a much better flavor in my rub when I do it that way. And I have like a 20-pound turkey, so I'm using a pretty generous amount of the lemon thyme. I'm also going to, as you'll see a little bit later, stuff the turkey with a little lemon under his breast and do a butter injection. But we'll be back and I'll show you that. Okay, and this is now the rub. That was all that had the thyme and the basil out of the garden in it. Now it's like a powder consistency. As you can see, it's really powdery. So it'll go on really, really good. It should get into the skin and into the bird really good. Okay, so we got the rub created. Now we are going to actually put the rub onto the turkey, and we're also going to inject the turkey with a little bit of butter in the breast meat. It doesn't take a lot. I have a pretty large size injector, like marinade injector. You want standard one. It doesn't have to be anything fancy or special, you know. Standard injector. You want one that has some nice size holes, that has at least 2 holes on the sides, and it's just so that you get a kind of even distribution of whatever you're injecting into your meat. Okay, so I'm gonna lay the bird out, and then we'll be back and we'll show you what to do next. Okay, so now before we inject it with the butter and all that good jazz, we are going to slice some lemon slices and some onions and some garlic, and we're going to do that. I can't hear you, Nadia. What you're doing is quite rude and disrespectful, and I don't appreciate it at all. Oh. That's what happens when you cook outside. You end up with unwanted pleasantries and people. As long as they don't get on my food, I'm cool. You don't have to spread them out. Just put them on there.
I just dropped the big one.
Alright. So I'm trying to multitask. So we have 1 white onion, 4 cloves of garlic, and 2 lemons. So we are going to, no. Right now you can do what I have you doing. How about you focus on what I have you do? How about that? Focus what you're doing. One thing at a time, my 6-year-old. So, sliced onion, 2 halves of lemon. We're going to squeeze those 2 halves of lemon onto the turkey right before we put the rub on. And once we get the rub on, we're going to go ahead and get him on the grill so we can go ahead and start this process and cook it. So I'm excited to see the end product. I really, really, really am. And these lemons that I've got are so super juicy. Homemade, or not homemade, but homegrown from my mother-in-law and father-in-law's house. The best lemons ever. And I've had some pretty good doggone lemons, but I can say truly these are the best lemons I've ever consumed in my life. They go great with shots of everything. Make awesome everything. Lemonade, tea, turkeys. Oh, they make a banging lemon chicken. Yes, man, they're awesome on a lemon chicken. I have to come back and show you guys my lemon chicken recipe. It's the business. And I have to show you how to do my rib. I'll pull off the bone rib. My dry rub, no sauce, just dry rub. Business.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so right now I'm about to squeeze the lemon over the outside of the turkey.
Like this, no chocolate?
That's good, yes. And so I'm squeezing the outside of the turkey. Go ahead, getting some of this beautiful lemon juice on him. All in the wings and everything. He's been brining, like I said, for about 18 or so hours. And it was a dry salt brine, which is simply just Himalayan pink salt. You can use table salt if you like. I just, I like the flavor of Himalayan. I found it, heard about it, really appreciated it. It was really good. So I was like, all right, and it's good for you. It has some health benefits. So we're getting all the juice from these lemons. on this turkey. We're gonna slice the other one, and we're gonna slide a couple of slices up under his breast. But right this moment, we are going to inject some of that melted butter into his turkey, into the meat of his breast. So just straight in, and just, you know, maybe half ounce, an ounce per breast, per side. A little goes a long way. So, you know, you just a little bit in each breast, down in the meat. It will kind of come out a little bit. And then we're also going to put some into his leg, into his thigh. And it will just help to get some of that juice, some of that those good juices into him. Make him nice and juicy and buttery throughout, which is awesome. And it's okay, you know, to have a few puncture holes. When you're cooking outside, though, you know, man, you got unwanted guests. You gotta constantly be on your game, on your watch game. Make sure nothing is invading your space. You don't want no added visitors in your grub. All right. So we got completely injected in the butter. No, Nadia. That's good water. Thank you. So now we're going to get his rub in. We're going to go and we're going to separate the skin from the breast meat a little bit up under there to kind of get the rub, to be able to get the rub into and on the skin. I mean on the meat of the bird under the breast, or in the breast technically, and under, same difference. So we're gonna kind of separate that skin from the breast meat. And we're gonna get a little bit of that, and we're gonna put some of the rub under there. I'll show you that in just a moment, what that all looks like once you get it all rubbed into his meat and get his rub all on it. I'll bring that back and show you what he looks like once you get the rub all on. Go ahead, now turn it around. No, turn it around. All right, there you go. Look at the bird. No. Hey, wait, back up, please. Back up. Turn it down at the bird. No, yeah, there you go. So that's the bird marinated. You can kind of see it. My photo assistant here, Nadia, is helping me. Go ahead, Nadia. Look at the camera. Turn the phone around. All right. So we're going to have you turn around so it's not the selfie one no more. Hold it straight up. Hold it straight. No, the other way. Yes. All right. Now, hit up in the corner.
The one?
Yes.
Your phone's getting dirty.
Yes, my phone's gonna get dirty. Oh well. Okay. Let's see. Well, that's not it. Oh well.